Oh, somehow I missed to record it. Okay. Again, have to start. So in this manner, we are just going to deal with what? Horizontal angular projectiles. Anything it can be. A football, kicking a football, the football may travel like this. So in this today cricket match, if you watch that Rohit Sharma, the Indian dude, and Shubman Gill and the other New Zealand batter David Conway, they hit big sixes. The ball in contact with the bat, it leaves like of this type of trajectory. The trajectory we used to call it as what do we call it as? Just call it as parabolic path. What? Parabolic path. Right. In this parabolic path, okay, in this parabolic path, the one is being projected to the horizontal, slanted angle with the project horizontal with some theta angle. Right. I'm not going to resolve this or do anything. I'm going to explain. It may travel this type of path. It may travel this type of path. Right. Travel this type of path and complete. And there is a range here. And there is a maximum height it may achieve. But you may see the stuff like in what way? Two ways. One is the horizontal motion, the other one is the vertical motion. Right. When I just throw something like this, see, it may travel like this. See? It just started from here and moved up and came down. Right. If you observe some of these motion in a cricket match, even if you just see the cricket ball, it may leave the ground, bat and land it like this way. This is how you see. But if you see the shot from this end, what would you see? You would see something, this just moved up and just landed. But when you see it from the side, you may see it just move like this. Why? Right. I am going to move this towards myself, my side. See, actually, you can only see it as it just moving up and down, no? But actually, I moved it very closer to the camera and finally reached to my face. See, but what do you see? You see only it moves up and down, isn't that? Oh, then so see, it comes closer to the cam and moves up and come closer to me, to my face. There is a distance. That means it has traveled some distance, but you don't see that. What you only see is this goes up and comes down. Isn't that? Yes or no? Oh, the nether. Yes. That means this has a certain upward motion. The upward motion is something just move up and just comes down to some certain height of h. Moved from here and reached the maximum height and came down. That's the vertical motion. Right. Forget about it. Now imagine you are in a certain very big drone, or just a drone shot was taken. Right. Now consider yourself as what? You are in the drone. So you can see something if I just throw like this. But if something comes closer to and go away, not extremely closer to you, but somewhat closer and go. Somewhat closer and go. You don't see this path coming closer. Why? You only see something just moving from there. හොඳට හිතලා බලන්න. ඔයා උඩ ඉඳන්. You are on the top of the motion in a very big drone and you observe how the cricket ball goes up and down. But you don't see it comes closer to you because you are in some few hundred meters above. Ball will not reach to that height. But you may see the ball just move along the ground. Ground but actually it comes closer and go like this. See? You can only see it is moving like this. That means there is a horizontal motion as well. ඕක ගෙදරදී හිමීට කරලා බලන්න. ඕක තේරෙනකම්. ඒක තේරුම් නැත්නම් වැඩි හිතන්න එපා. If you don't understand that part, don't think about that. Just try to comprehend what it has a certain horizontal motion and a vertical motion up and down too. හරිනේ? හරිද? ආද? මම අර බෝඩ් එකට ගිහිල්ලා මීට වඩා ටිකක් කියලා දෙන්නම්. මීට වඩා මට ගොඩක් කියලා දෙන්න පුළුවන් ඒ බෝඩ් එකේ. I will be able to explain more in that board than this one. Hari. Guys, just let me explain you. It's like when you throw something. With an initial velocity of v. Right. Have a look at it. Leaves the ground. And it may reach there and fallen onto there. The ball or whatever, it may leave the ground like this and reach to certain maximum height and want to stop and comes down and hit. Isn't that what happened? Isn't that what we see from the side view? From the side, you see it like this. It reaches to some height of h max and it's moving. This is how you see it from side view, right? From the side view, view something, as well as if you see it from this side, this particular side, how did it look like? You will look like it moves up like this. So wait, from this side you may see it like it moves up like this and lands back. මෙන්න මේ පැත්තෙන් බලුවොත් හරියටම මේ 3D imagine කරලා බලන්න. Just try to imagine it 3D way. You may see it like it reach up and comes down to the maximum height of h. Positive h and with the negative h goes up and comes down. If you observe it from above, this is from side, this is from above. How would you see? If you observe it from the above, only you may see certain motion like this. This is what we used to call as the range R. හරිනේ? මේකට අපි කියන්නේ range කියලා. තේරුණාද ළමයි? හවුද නැද්ද? This is what we call as R or the range. හරිනේ? Behind view, top view. This is what behind view is, the vertical motion only. Vertical motion. This is what horizontal motion. ඕම් ඔහොම කැලි දෙකකට කඩා ගන්න පුළුවන් කියන එක තේරුණාද? හවුද නැද්ද කියන්නකෝ. හරි. right. ඒකත් ඔහොමම තියෙන්න ආරින්න. let it be like that. හරි හරි ඇති. මම දැන් කියලා දෙන්නම්කෝ අමුතු කතන්දරයක්. It leaves the ground. Okay. With the velocity of v at an angle of theta. And what is this component you get? This like v cos theta. And this part is what? V sin theta. V cos theta and V sin theta. So you already know, because this cross side is the cos component and it's going to be V cos theta, and the open side is the sin component. It reaches to their likes of what? V sin theta. හරිනේ? මේ ටික මම හිතනවා ඔයාලට තේරෙන්නේ නැති කියලා. Guys, just can you understand this part? Is that clear for you? Or not clear yet? Yeah, good. හරි. ඊළඟට මම මොකද කරන්න පුළුවන්? හරි. මේ ටික ලියා ගමුකෝ. ලියන්න. So according to the angular projectile, did you put this topic angular projectile? Angular projectile. Did you put that topic angular projectile? Like this. According to the angular projectile, write it. According to the angular projectile, an object may leave the ground making an angle of theta to the horizontal. 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 with an initial velocity of v. And it may undergo certain trajectory of parabola. So this path is we used to call as parabola. This one we used to call this as what? Parabola, right? Parabola as following. Hurry. ටක් ගාලා එක අනිත් තප්පර 30ක් අරගෙන පටස් ගාලා අනිත්. Draw this only taking some 30 seconds. And put this one to our, what is it? Range. ඉක්මන් කරන්න. Hurry. I think I gave you enough time. I'll only maximally give you like 20 seconds to draw this specific diagram. Make it this one. According to this trajectory, the ball travels, sorry, the object travels a vertical component, the object travels a vertical component as well as a horizontal component as following. මෙන්න මේ දෙක වෙන වෙන දාගන්න. vertical component and horizontal component. ටක් ගාලා දාගන්න. So මම මෙතන ලිව්වේ behind view කියලා ඒවා ඕනේ නැහැ. vertical component, positive height and negative height. The horizontal component is only the range. Arne? Now write the other part. So the initial, at the initial position, the projectile velocity, at the initial position, the projectile velocity can be resolved as following. Resolved as following. Resolved as following. At the beginning, it has a v cos theta for the horizontal, and for the vertical, it has what? This is what? Vertical, and this is what? Horizontal. As following. You know this knowledge. If you don't have this one, just ask me. I will just privately help you. මේ vertical මේ vectors දෙක v cos theta and v sin theta කියලා ගත්ත එක තේරුම් නැති කවුරු හරි ඉන්නව නම් අහන්න. Are there anybody that who can't understand what is this v cos theta and v sin theta thing? v sin theta v cos theta කියලා ගත්ත විදිය තේරුම් නැති කවුරු හරි ඉන්නව නම් අහන්න. Is there anybody? ඉන්නවද මෙතන කවුරු හරි? v sin theta cos theta ගත්ත විදිය තේරිච්ච නැති කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවද? Is there anybody who couldn't understand? මාව ඇහෙන්නේම නැත්තම් කියන්න. මේ අද මට මෙතන කාගේවත් වොයිස් එකක් ඇහුන්නේ නැහැ. මට නෑ කම්මැලි වගේ. අද කිසි හික්කයක් නැහැ. කවුරු හරි පොඩ්ඩක් කතා කරන්නකෝ බලන්න. සහස් පොඩ්ඩක් කතා කරන්න. Can you speak up සහස්? No.
Certainly.
ඉන්නවනේ. හරි. මෙයාද නිකන් කාගේවත් වොයිස් එකක් ඇහෙන්නේ නැතුව ගියාම මට නිකන් මං විතරක් තනියෙන් කතා කරනවා වගේ. MS කී කීර්තනා?
ඔව් සර්.
එයාත් ඉන්නවා හරි. මම දන්නවනේ වොයිසස් තියෙන කට්ටිය. නිකන් ඔය අහන්නේ. සයත්?
Yes, sir.
ඉන්නේ. එතන කම්මැලි යාමට. චලක.
Yes, sir.
ඉන්නවනේ. හරි. මට දැන් හොඳටම කම්මැලි දිලා තියෙන්නේ. ඇමන්ඩා ද අමන්දාද? අමන්දානේ. කොහොම යන්නේ මන්දා? නෑ එයාගේ අද මයික් නැතුව ඇති. Hi රචලි.
Yes, sir.
ඉතින් කොහොමද? මේ ඔයාලා දෙන්නගේ බයිට් පැකට් එකක්ම තියෙනවා මොකද කරන්නේ? කට්ටියට බෙදා හරින්නද? ආදේපාද?
එපා.
එපාලු. රේචල්?
ඔව් සර්.
මේ රචලිගේ මම දැක්ක අමුතු ස්ටේටස් එකක් ඔයාලා දෙන්නව සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පොදුවේ යාළුවෝ ටික බයිට් එකට ගන්නවා වගේ සීන් එකක් මම දැක්කා. ඇත්තද එහෙම වෙනවද? රේෂල්
මට තේරුන්නේ නැහැ.
රජලි දාලා තිබුණ අමුතු ස්ටේටස් එකක්. ඒකේ මට තේරුණ විදිය තමයි ඔයාලව කට්ටිය මාර විදියට ස්රෝතෝට් නේ ඔයාලා. හරි. මොනවද මේ? යාළුවෝ හැමෝම ඔය සෙට් වෙලා ඔයාලව දෙන්නවා බයිට් එක ගන්න සීන් එකක් වගේ තමයි මම දැක්කේ.
නෑ එහෙම නෑ.
මම දැක්කා. මම එක දාන්නද? එපාද? අවුරු සීන් එකක් මම දැක්කේ. හරි කවන්නේ. ඊළඟට කවුද? තරුසිලා. ඉතින් මං වොයිස් එක නම් ඇහිලා නැහැ. තරුසි පුළුවන් ද කතා කරන්න බලන්න. ඔයාගේ වොයිස් එකක් නිකන් මම දන්නේ නැහැ මේ කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඉඳ බැරිද කියලා. තරුසි ඉන්නවද?
Yes, sir.
පුළුවන් නේ. මම මේ අද වෙනකන් හිතා හිටියේ ළමයට මේ කතා කරන්න බැරි ළමෙක් කියලා. පුළුවන් නේ. Oh my god. පුළුවන් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. අද කතා කරපු නැති එකම එක්කෙනා දෙව්මි. දෙව්මි, can you speak? දෙව්මි.
Yes, sir.
අම්මෝ 4 වසරේ ළමයිගේ voice එකක් ඇහුනේ කියන්නකෝ. දැන් මෙයා කවදද A level කරන්න එන්නේ හිතන් ඉන්නේ? දෙව්මි සුදර්ශිනී ආනන්ත කුමාර් වාගේ මම voice එක අහලත් නැහැ නේ කතා කරන්නද? කොහෙද මේකේ නේ ඉන්නවා කිව්වේ. මොකද්ද මේ හොස්ටල් නේ? Sudarshani, I can't hear you. Can you speak a while? එයා කතා කරන්න try කරනවා මං හිතන්නේ එයාගේ mic එක වැඩ නැහැ වගේ. Sudarshini හරි හරි. එයාට කතා කරන්න බෑ. I am at a big hall sir. හරි හරි big hall නේ එනං අවුලක් නැහැ. මොන හරි earphone මොන හරි headset එකක් දාගෙන නේද ඔයා ඉන්නේ නැත්තම් එහෙම මම මේ කියන විකාර කතා අහලා අතන hostel එකේ ඉන්න උන්ට පිස්සු ඇදෙයි. හරි. Okay. Forget about it. ළමයි time to time පොඩ්ඩක් කතා කරන්න ඕනේ නැත්තම් ඔක නිකන් මේ මට එන boring වෙනවා. මං විතරයිනේ කතා කරන්නේ. මං කියවගෙන යනවා. ඔයාලා අහගෙන යනවා. Oh my god. දෙන යාළුවෝ ටික බලනවා. ඉතින් මොකක්ද යකෝ මෙයා කියන්නේ කට්ටියව දවසකට සැරයක් බයිට් එකට ගන්නවා. මේක ගර්ල් කෙනෙක්ද මොකෙද්ද කියලා බලන්න ඇති. සහස්ව බයිට් කරපු වෙලාවෙම කට්ටිය ඔය තියලා ගියම මලගේ එලියක් එන්නේ 10ට දුන්නා නේද? ආයෙත් ඉතින් ඇඹරලා යන බයිට් එකක් ගියද. Oh. No, they can't understand Sinhala. It doesn't matter, but they still can understand some English, no? Sometimes I do share the bite in some Sinhalese even. You are at Jaffna? Not in Norelia. Okay. Oh my God. You told me that you are from Norelia something, though I thought you are in Norelia. Oh, that's what. Okay. Oh, you got a school like Jaffna. That's good. Okay. Your friend destroyed you in the yesterday too. Hari. So if I got that type of chance from my friend, I also going to destroy that friend forever. You will get more destruction from him. On my birthday, didn't have anything better apparently. Yeah. They will just ruin your birthday. Definitely. Such a golden photo to give some perfect bite to the other. Teasing as level best. It went really well. Okay, now have a good look at V vertical component V sine theta and V cos theta. So now write this, the both vertical and horizontal components, according to the both vertical and horizontal component, the trajectory can be finalized in the following manner. So situate. Trajectory can be finalized in the following manner. How? See. May reach to here. You started at this point. Many millions of points that I can mark. Wait. Right. What is the velocity at the beginning? Just tell me, what is the velocity at the beginning for the vertical part? That is v sine theta at the beginning. But at some other time, it is no longer v sine theta. It is something else. Is that bigger or lower than at this point? At this point. What about the vertical component? It is going to be something v1. It should definitely be lower than the initial vertical component of v sine theta. Right? At the other point, it's going to be even lower because the gravitational acceleration is affecting adversely. So v2 and v3, at here the vertical component is going to be what? 0. Vertical component is 0. Right. Again, it turns other way around, downwards. How will it affect? It's going to affect with some v4. Actually, what? It is negative v3. Negative v3. Same point in the opposite direction. මේ same vertical height එකේදී අපිට එකම speed එකනේ ආවේ මතකනේ. Vertical motion under gravity. V, positive V. This was negative V. The same theory is going to apply to here under same vertical height. So V4, it's like negative V3. Much longer like this one. It is what? Looks really ugly. And mark it like V5. In a bracket, I can mark it like what? Negative V2. Negative V2. Negative V2. And moving downwards with what? Velocity of V6. Downwards, it is as same as what? Negative V1. And the final thingy, definitely the initial value, what is it? Negative V sine theta. Negative V sine theta. Okay. What about the starting? What about the starting? What about the starting? What about starting, lamai? Kawuru hari kiyanne? What is the component at the starting? Kawuru hari message එකක් දාන්න එක්කෙනෙක් හරි. Yeah. Good. It is V cos theta. And at this point, how about it? At this point, how about it? The point 1? It is the constant. It doesn't change. Why? Likes of the previous case, see? Likes of this previous case, see? In this case, we had what? A constant V horizontal component. Constant horizontal component, constant horizontal. In this part, it's the same. In this part, it's going to be the same. This one is V cos theta. 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 And V cos theta. And here again, V cos theta. Right. And it reached the maximum height, H max height. And the range, R range. Right. On vertical comma, පොතට ගන්න පටස් ගාලා. සෑහෙන වෙලාවක් අරන් කියලා දුන්නා. ටික ගන්න. Only give you like 2 minutes, no more than that. Copy this quickly. I think in this time Rachel is missing. Rachel, iko ya gaya luar Rachel.
Don't know, sir.
Empuluan the twins la now. You should feel your twin. R1, R2. ළමයි ලියලා ඉවරයිද? කීර්තනා නම් කිව්වා සෑහෙන වෙලාවකට කලින් ලිව්වා කියලා. ඔයාලා මං කරමු. done. දෙව මිනිත් කියනවා. In this school also they call same names students as 1 and 2. So like you. What is your name then? Are you S1 or S2? Sudarsini. මේක නම් S අකුරු වෙනට ඉන්නවනේ. බලමු මේකේ ඉන්න S අකුරු ටික. සිත්මි ඉන්නවා. සුදර්ශිනී ඉන්නවා. සහස් ඉන්නවා. සෙහත් ඉන්නවා. S අකුරු දැනට 4ක් ඉන්නවා. R අකුරු 2යි. R1 R2. netmi N අකුරු 1යි. දෙවමිනි D1 D2. තරුෂි එකම T අකුරයි. Yeah. Like that. So what is your one? What is your number? Sudarsini? Sudarsini, what is your number? And Amanda A1 A2. You are S4. Monkey එක තමයි lazy. S1 R1 R2 S1 S2. කීර්තනා එක K1 මම දැන් තව අකුරු එකම අකුරෙන් කියව දෙයක් ආපු ගමන් මම කෙලින්ම නම් එකකින් කියන්නේ. දැන් කීර්තනාව විතරක් කියන නිසා කෙලින්ම නමින් කියනවා. ඊට පස්සේ තව කී අකුරක් ආපු ගමන් K1 right. That means says S4 something. Sudarshini 4. Really good. Okay. Did you copy this one? ඉක්මනට ඔගේ mathematical පැත්ත අරගමු. හරි. Then considering the vertical component. Considering the vertical component. Considering only vertical component, we sine theta, and it may reach to some height of h. Right. Not going to consider any what horizontal component here. At the maximum, it's 0, and the beginning is say. And you should know the acceleration, which is acting downward, which is gravity. Okay. Only considering horizontal component. And the first subtopic under that is time taken to reach maximum height. T equals 0, and it may reach time of t. With an initial velocity, what is the initial velocity? V sine theta. U initial velocity, U vertical is V sine theta. And final velocity is going to be 0. So these are the details I have. So you can use what? V equals to U plus AT, and the final velocity is 0 equals to V sine theta minus GT, and it becomes what? GT equals to U sine theta, T equals what? Sine theta over G. The first equation you can derive in like this way. Right. දාගන්න ඔබ දාලා. Right. I don't know whether have I just deleted that one. ඒ පාර තව අපේ කෙනෙක් මිසින්. කවුද ඒ පාර මිසින් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? දෙව්මි ඉන්නවා, දෙව්මිනි සහ සෙහත්. කවුරුහරි මිසින් අපේ කවුරුහරි. Who is the one missing? Amanda ඉන්නවා. Amanda is there. Someone in our class. Who is missing? Chalaka, yeah. Chalaka තමයි ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. Chalaka is missing, yeah. ඕනම කරන ලෙසන් එකක් අමාරුම හරි එනකොට මුන් නැතු යනවා කියන්නේ කොහොමද හරි. බැටරි හැම දැන් ඉතින් ඩ්‍රේන් වෙලා ඇති. ඒකයි ඔය. අද දවස මටත් එච්චර කික් නෑ මන් දන්නේ නෑ මොකද කිරුණ ගහන්න යනවද දන්නෙත් නෑ මේ කික් නෑ පොඩ්ඩක්වත්. තප්පරයක් වල ඔහොම ඉන්න මම මේ බලන්න මේ මීටින් වල අද කවද්ද 24 නේ. මේ 17 තියා දෙනවා. හරි. මේ බලන්නකො ළමයි. මේ this one is from previous one. So the lesson I taught you back in that day. Have a good look at here. See. In this one you can see what the time. What is the time? U over G. It is what? U over G. What did we find today? Time is U over G is still there. Only part added was sin theta only. See, it is not really hard to understand. In the previous one, we had only U, but in this one, it contains U sin theta too. Okay. Now let's move on to the maximum height reached. Right, maximum height reached. Next part is maximum height reached. Maximum height reached. What is the maximum height? Moving with v sin theta, and final velocity is v, and acceleration is g. The height is asked. You can apply v square equals to u square plus 2as. 0 equals to u sin theta square minus 2gh. So 2gh equals to u square sin square theta. H equals what? 2gh. Sorry. H equals what? U squared sin square theta over 2g. Right. It is v sin theta, but you wrote as u. No. I'm talking about in the previous week, we were only talking about the vertical projectile. Again, this is a different thing. This is with angle. This is with angle. Initial velocity is u sin theta. So that's why in the previous one without u sin theta, this one with sin theta. Let me show you the previous one again. What is that? 10. Which one out of this? Negative. So see this equation. Maximum height is what? U square over 2g. No sine theta here. But today we got what? Sine theta together. We got sine theta, sine square theta. This is the only difference made. Arakama tamai, arakatawama tamai. Hari. Tagada. Just put this one too. Quickly. මෙච්චර වෙලා අදින්නේ නැහැ. අද මේක මේ මගින් හර කරලා යවුවොත් ළමයි මේ if I finish this midway through you won't be able to do any midway quick sheet even. So that's why I decided to extend this class even after 12, at least like 5 minutes after 12, because I know you have to go to school and sleep early. Don't worry. This lesson is something. If I stop halfway through, you won't be able to catch up the stuff in the next week too. It's something very terrible. So better to finish today itself. Those who don't have the access to power or batteries, then watch the video at least. Hari. School holidays the මම එක දන්නේ නැහැ. මේ දවස්වල holidays ද මම දන්නේ නැහැ මසින්නේ. හරි. ඔව්නේ A level යනවනේ. A level යද්දි මොන ස්කූල්ද මට 1 මීටර උන්නේ නැහනේ. එහෙනම් හිටහම් බං 1 o'clock විතර වෙනකම් මට නම් ඉතින් ගානක් නැහැ. ඕනේ ඉතින් A level නේ. මට අමතක වුණානේ. මට track. හරි. දාන්න ඊළඟට the total time of the projectile. Total time of the projectile. What about this? It travels like this. It travels like this. Right. From the sideway, we can consider it like it just move up and down with an initial velocity of what? V sine theta, and it comes down with negative V sine theta. What is the total displacement considering the vertical? 0. Only considering the vertical, the displacement is 0. Why? It reached from here, it reached there and comes down. Started from here and reached the maximum and comes down. Understand? So again is a vertical considering what? Considering the vertical what? Displacement. The vertical displacement is what? 0. So I can write S equals to ut plus half at square. So vertical displacement is 0. 0 equals to u sine theta t minus half g t square. This comes. So what should I get? Half g t square equals to u sine theta t, and 1t is cancelled now. What is my time factor? Time is going to be 2u sine theta over G. Right. Just give me 1 minute. See, in the last week one, T equals 2U over G. T equals what? 2U over G. Look at this pointer. There's a pointer here. In this pointer, you may see, now see, 2U over G. But what about today's one? Two U over G is still there, but there's a sine theta. අරකම තමයි යා. ඉතින් ටක් ගාලා දාගන්න. I will give you like 20 seconds more. Right. The last part. The last part, right? The range. The range. How to find out the range? Right, this. Considering what? Considering horizontal component. Component. What about considering the horizontal component here? We know one thing, it is constant. At the beginning, what is it? V cos theta. Here, it is still V cos theta. At this point, it's V cos theta. At this last point, it is still V cos theta. Right. The total solve it. The total range is what? It is S equals ut plus half at square. Half at square is 0 because there's no acceleration. It's a equals 0. And what is it? R equals to ut. What is u? What is u? U cos theta is the component. And what is my t? Total time. Because the total time, it just reached up here at some time of t half, and it comes down to here. That's what the total time. That means this is what the time I counted in my total time. What is my total time is going to be? This one, this whole set, 2u over sine theta. So sine theta over g. Now I can link this time to there of this t. What is it going to be now? 2u sine theta over g. Now r equals, I can write it like 2u squared sine theta dot cos theta over g. Right. Write this one. There are many modifications to be done for this one, but I have no time to explain that because the class will be too boring if I extended too much. So better to copy this down and wind up for today. So better to copy and quickly. At the end of the time, I think this is more than enough. Done. Okay. මේ අහන්නකෝ මම හිතන්නේ ක්ලාස් පටන් ගත්ත දවසේ නම් අද වෙන්න ඇති ටිකක් හાર્ඩ්ම විදියට ගිය දවස. පටන් ගත්ත වෙලාවේ නම් කරගෙන ගියානේ. මොකද ඒක ඉවරයක් කරන්න ඕනේ. But one thing I have to tell you, you are never going to remember any of these equations. මේ අර දුන්න එක equation එකක් මතක තියාගන්න එපා. So the equations like what? R equals to 2u squared g sine theta dot cos theta. Bullshit. That means you are not going to use any of this. Just going to apply to the basic what? Linear motion equations and use the understanding from the lesson. What I told you. මෙතනින් දුන්න understanding එක comprehension එක විතරයි ගන්න. You only get the comprehension what you took from this lesson, nothing else. හරි නේද? ඒ අරන්න වෙන කිසිම දෙයක් ඔයා use කරන්නේ නැහැ. හරි? ඉතින් ඒක ඔළුවේ තියාගෙන දැන් අදට ඉවරයක් කරමු. So I will add certain worksheet, midweek worksheet. Don't worry, very simple one, not like an extremely hard one. But I decided to add some of those things from your past lessons, and I want to know so few things from you, and the lesson is all over.